Welcome to today's lesson. In this first tutorial, we will solve linear equations in 1 and 2 steps. So we are solving equations. We'll look at one-step equations and two-step equations today. To solve our equations, we will be using inverse operations. Inverse operations are operations that undo each other. For example, addition and subtraction are inverse operations. If we added 3 and then subtracted 3, we would end up in the same spot because they undo each other. Multiplication and division are also inverse operations. If we multiply by -2 and then divide by -2, we would end up in the same spot because they undo each other. And that's the game we're playing today. We need to use inverse operations to get rid of all the little numbers until our variable is the only thing left on one side of our equation. Let's look at some examples. Example 1. We have x divided by -2 equals 6. Since I said divided by, we must be undoing our division by using multiplication. And this is how I want you to show multiplication. We need to get rid of this -2, so we're going to put a -2 in parentheses up here in the numerator because that's how we multiply. And we need to do it, of course, to the other side as well. -2 in parentheses. Every time we undo a number, I want you to slash through it. -2 divided by -2 would be 1. They undo each other, and 1x would be all that's left. Then, of course, our equal sign, and then some math over here. 6 times -2 is -12. And that's it. That's a one-step equation. We just multiplied -2 on both sides. Let's look at example 2. We have x plus 18 is equal to 40. I said plus, which is addition, so to undo addition, we need subtraction. Since I see a plus 18, I need to put a subtraction of 18. I'm going to put it directly underneath that number. I'm also going to put one on the other side of the equal sign. Subtract 18 from this side, subtract 18 from this side. I draw one long line to separate my steps, and positive 18 minus 18 would cancel away to nothing, 0, and all that would be left is x. The equal sign, of course, is next, and then 40 minus 18 is 22. So we solved this equation, another one-step equation. Let's look at example 3. I have -2x plus 8 equals -10. Now, -2 is multiplied to x, and then there's a plus 8. So there's two numbers that I need to get rid of. So this must be a two-step equation. What I want you to do is get rid of the addition or subtraction first. Since I see plus 8, I need to put a -8 right underneath it. If I do that on one side, I need to do that on the other side of the equation. I'm going to draw a long line to separate my steps, and again, positive 8 minus 8 cancels away to nothing. This time -2x is left, my equal sign, and then some math. -10 take away 8 is -18. I'm not finished. I still have a number that's multiplied to x, and since I have a number that's multiplied, I need to divide by that number. So I'm going to put a little division and the -2 underneath, and another little division and the -2 underneath. Since I need to get rid of the -2, I'm dividing by -2. -2 divided by -2 would cancel away to 1, and 1x would be all that's left. Then my equal sign. -18 divided by -2 is 9. This is two steps. I see two slash marks, so this is two steps. How about example 4? I see x plus 6, all divided by 5, is equal to -2. Well, I said the word plus, so I know subtraction is going to happen sometime. And I also said divided by, so I know multiply is going to happen sometime. But we have to choose the correct order. This time, I can't get rid of this positive 6 because it's being trapped in our fraction. I need to undo the fraction first. And to undo any fraction, you simply multiply by whatever its denominator is. Since I see a 5, I'm going to put a 5 in parentheses in the numerator. I have to do it on both sides. 5 divided by 5 would cancel away. Please make sure you're putting your slash marks. The numerator, x plus 6, would drop down and be all by itself now. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. X is so close to being all by itself, I just need to get rid of this positive 6. And positive 6 combats with negative 6. So I'm going to put negative 6 on both sides, draw my line, and cross out positive 6 and negative 6 because that makes 0. X would come down, my equal sign would come down, and then some simple math here, negative 16. Another two-step equation because there were two numbers that I needed to get rid of. Two more equations. I have 3x minus 8 equals 10. Again, I've got a multiplication to get rid of, and I have a subtraction to get rid of. I always want to add or subtract first, at least right here. I'm going to put a plus 8, because if I see subtraction of 8, that will undo with addition of 8. I need to do once on each side. I'm going to draw my line, and I'm going to cross that out. 3x drops down, my equal sign, of course. 10 plus 8 is 18. One more step to do. I need to get rid of this 3. Since this 3 is being multiplied to my variable, I'm going to divide it away. Just a little division and another little division over here, and I'm going to cross it out because 3 divided by 3 is 1. And 1x would be all that's left, and over here we have 6. I have one more equation to show you in this tutorial. We have x divided by 2 and then minus 3 is equal to 7. I know we have a fraction here, but this fraction is different than this fraction. This positive 6 was trapped in the numerator. This minus 3 is not, so it's easy to get rid of this minus 3. It's just its own term. Minus 3 and positive 3 would cancel away, so I'm going to put plus 3 on both sides. I'm going to draw my line, and I'm going to cross out those two terms because that makes 0, nothing. X divided by 2 would come down, my equal sign would come down, and of course 7 plus 3 is 10. Now I'm going to undo this fraction. Since I see division of 2, I'm going to put multiplication of 2. I do that with a 2 in parentheses on each side. I'm going to cancel out my 2's, and I have x by itself, and then my equal sign. 10 times 2 is 20, and I'm finished. Today we looked at one-step equations and two-step equations. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and I will see you in class to practice this some more, and I'll see you in our next tutorial. Thank you.